Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu 5 and this isn't a review, this is more of a comparison overview of the two multi-tools that I have before you. These are my two favorites. I have two other multi-tools. I have another Leatherman and a SOG Paralock, but these are my two favorites. The Leatherman Surge and the Swiss Tool RS, I believe. And I just want to do a little comparison video, show you the differences, and maybe you'll get a better idea of what you want to look for in a multi-tool. First off, these are very similar multi-tools in the respect that all of the blades are accessible from the outside. Not all of the tools are, but all the blades are. And just to show you, you got your sheep's foot rescue blade, your EDC blade, plain edge. You have your saw, which depending on how you have this set up, it also comes with a file that you can put in here, or it's interchangeable. And you also have what I consider to be the best scissors on the multi-tool. Very strong spring. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that anytime soon. All the blades are accessible from the outside, just not all the tools. The Swiss tool, on the other hand, all of the tools and blades are accessible from the outside, excluding the pliers. So if you want the wood saw, or you want to get the pin blade out, can opener, they're all accessible from the outside, excluding the pliers. Something I want to point out, though, when it comes to the tools, on the Leatherman, all the tools open up sympathetically. So you might just have your thumb on one tool, your thumbnail on one tool, but all the tools come out at once. The Swiss tool, on the other hand, if you grab one tool, only one tool is going to come out. This isn't a pro or a con. This is personal preference. I perceive this as being a fit and finish, not an issue, but just I guess the best way to describe it is two different multi-tools from two different factories. They do things differently. And I like to think of the Swiss tool as having German engineering. That means very good tolerances, very good fit, very well machined. And don't get me wrong, I'm not confusing Germany with Switzerland. Although Switzerland speaks two different languages, well, possibly three, and those basically two regions in Switzerland, one's a French-speaking part and one's a German-speaking part. So I call this German engineering because Ebach, Switzerland is in the German-speaking side of Switzerland. So that is, like I said, not a pro. You might not know which tool you want, or you might not know where it is, and you grab one tool and all three of them come out. You can look at them and decide which one you need. On the other hand, it seems a little bit more professional that you grab one tool and one tool comes out. That's my own personal thoughts on the subject. Doesn't mean one's worse than the other or one's better than the other. I just happen to think that one of them seems to be a little bit nicer, in my own opinion. That doesn't mean you should think that this one's better than that one. It doesn't mean that at all. Let's look at the pliers, since I got the Leatherman opened. The pliers, the Leatherman has 154 cm cutters that are replaceable, has a little bit more precise needle-like pliers as opposed to the Swiss tool, which are a little bit more robust and rounded. Something that I noticed with the two tools is that with the Swiss tool, it's fitted in such a way that when you let your bottom fingers go, the jaw is open. They're not spring-loaded, that's just gravity. And I like this. If I need to grab something, then readjust my grip, and I can just simply let go with my bottom fingers, re-grip, retighten, and it's really easy in that way. With the Leatherman, you can see it's not as free hanging. You can use your pinky, you can kind of shake it, but it's a little bit stiffer. Not necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, it's just two companies who do things differently. Let's talk about something else. Wait, I want to leave these opened. This has a set amount of bit drivers. This one has a few different bit drivers that'll fixed, but it also has a swappable bit. You can take this out and you can either have flathead or Phillips and switch it out. But one thing that is different with the two companies is that you can buy a bit kit, and these are 21 bits with 42 different fittings on them. So each bit has two heads on them, and you can switch any of these out and put them in this bit driver. You can have many different bits made by Leatherman to use in this bit driver. Also, by the way, this is sold separately. It doesn't cost too much. I can't remember how much it cost, but it's not going to break the bank. You can also buy this bit driver extender. So let's just say the screw that you need to unscrew is deep into something and you can't reach it with this. We simply take the bit out, put it in the bit driver extender, then slip that into the I guess you'll call it the bit driver that's on the multi-tool. Close it up, and you got a good amount of torque, and you got more reach to screw and unscrew things. You can also use it without the multi-tool and tighten and loosen things, but you don't have as much torque. Now, I will say this: this is hexed shape, so you can use other bits that are not made by Leatherman and use them in this bit driver extender. So you know those little hexagonal swappable bit drivers in different shapes and sizes. You can use that in this. The only downside to this bit driver extender that I can see, by the way it's knurled so you can get good grip when you're using it without the multi-tool, is that you need the plier head to remove the bit from the bit driver extender. It's really tight in there, and as you can see, like I was talking about earlier, it's hexed shape. It's not this shape, but so you can fit other bits in here that are not made by Leatherman, which is cool. And but you do need pliers to remove the bit from the bit driver extender. And you know, like I said, it's cool. You can use it by itself, or you can use it in the bit driver that's in the multi-tool. The Swiss tool, you can get the Swiss Tool Plus. The Swiss Tool Plus series either comes with an L wrench or a ratchet, which I think the ratchet's cool, but it's a separate tool from the multi-tool. You don't use this multi-tool with the L wrench or the ratchet. It's a separate tool that is meant to be used by hand that you have to carry with the multi-tool. So you don't use the actual Swiss tool with it. So I think that the Leatherman has a little bit better design on accessories you can use to use different bits. So in that respect, I give the advantage to the Sarge. Also, something I like about the Sarge, you can wear it horizontally. A lot of people, let me just close this up real quick. A lot of people will say if you get the accessory bit kit that you can only fit one of them in the sheath at one time, or the holster. I am here to tell you that is not true. You can put both bit kits, including the spare blade, in the back of the sheath with the multi-tool and with the bit driver extender, all in one sheath, and it all fits. The only downside to fitting everything in here is that it makes it very difficult to wear it horizontally, but if you wear it vertically, it's not a big issue at all. So everything will fit in the sheath, at least with the Sarge. I don't know if that's true with the Wave or Mud or any of the other multi-tools. But there was one more thing I want to cover in this comparison. Like I said, I want to make this a fairly quick video because it can get very long very quickly. And let's talk about the wire cuttles. Like I said, with the Leatherman, I have these replaceable 154 cm bits, and some people are going to like that. And I personally got this Sorge because of that feature, because I wanted to test them out. And it's nice knowing that if your tool wears out, that you can get replaceable cutting blades for the wire cuttles, pliers. But the Swiss tool does not have that feature. And some people will say, well, that's not cool, you know, what do you do when this wears out? Well, there's a very simple question for that. The Swiss tool from Victorinox has a lifetime warranty. So this thing, although it can be considered to be kind of wasteful, that you have to send the whole entire tool back and get the tool replaced. It is a lifetime warranty, but everything is riveted together. You can't just unscrew it and replace the plier head. You have to send them the whole entire tool, and they replace it with a new one. So, in the grand scheme of things, you know, you have a lifetime warranty, but it's still kind of wasteful that your one feature of the tool screws up, and you have to kind of trash the whole entire tool. As with the Leatherman, which is made in America, it's an American-made product, has a 25-year warranty. And to some people, that's pretty much a lifetime warranty. If you have the same tool for 25 years, by the time that 25 years is up, there's probably a new tool that you're going to like even better than the Sorge, and you're probably going to want to replace it with that new fangled tool. But like I said, it's 25-year warranty, and you'll also notice that you can disassemble it. It can be unscrewed, and let's just say, for instance, I have not tried this, so I might be shooting myself in the foot by saying this, but let's just say, for example, the sheep's foot blade breaks for whatever reason. Theoretically, you can get a replacement blade and save the same tool that you've been using for all these years and just replace that blade. I haven't had this long enough to actually do any warranty work on it, but that's how I understand for this to work. Also, something else to compare, the ruler on the Swiss tool is on the outside. You can either use inches or centimeters. The ruler on the Sorge is on the inside, and it has both inches and centimeters on it as well. So if you're measuring something on the Leatherman, you're going to be looking at it like this. The Swiss tool, you're going to be looking at it like this. And I did compare the rulers on both of them. They seem to be pretty accurate, pretty consistent. I also noticed that when deploying the pliers, it stiffens up right here. That just last little squeeze is a little bit stiffer than the Swiss tool, which seems to be a little bit smoother operation than the Leatherman. I will tell you this. Both multi-tools are very comfortable if you have the pliers deployed and you want to squeeze them as hard as you can. Let's just say if you're tightening something. I will say this. After squeezing both of them in both hands, the one that is the most comfortable to squeeze when you're applying pressure with the pliers like this is the Leatherman. It's a little bit thicker, it's rounded, they're both rounded, but this one has a little bit wider, I guess you can say, handle. So to me it's a little bit more comfortable than the Swiss tool, but it's not by much. So either one, I say if you're going to get a multi-tool, you need to get them from one of the two companies, either Victorinox or Leatherman. I got the Power Lock, and I really don't care for it that much, other than that I love the compound leverage pliers. but what I don't like about it is that it comes with a shield. All the tools are accessed from the inside, and there's a shield on it that makes it comfortable to grab when you're bearing down on the pliers, but it inhibits you from getting to the tools. So my brother took it off of this. It's no longer as comfortable to squeeze really hard like this. It's not bad, but it's not nearly as comfortable as these two, and I just don't prefer it. It's not a bad tool, and if you like the compound leverage, then it's definitely a good option. But when I carry a multi-tool, it's most likely going to be one of the two, and it's probably more often going to be the Leatherman. The Swiss tool is going to probably be put in a bag. The Paralock is going to be put in a bag that I use even less often, or it might just stay in the vehicle. But I feel that if you want to get your real money's worth, that these two companies are the best, and that's my own personal opinion. Again, this is just a comparison video. I hope y'all got a lot of good information from it, and I hope y'all have a great day. I'm a Satsu5, and I'm out.